In a story, you generally don't want to tell the audience anything directly. What you want to do is surround it and have them draw the conclusion in the middle. So a structure is not designed to, like this structure here, for example, is not designed to have all this be the meaning. It's designed to have all this be in there, so the meaning is right there. Okay? Meaning is in between everything. It's hit by those different angles, those different points of view. And that's really why the points of view are there, is that only when you see it from all sides, like if you take a stick and you put it in a fish tank and it bends because of the refraction, is the stick bent or is it just bent by the refraction of the water? You can't tell from one angle, maybe not even two or three, but if you go all the way around the aquarium, by the time you've seen all four sides of it, you'll know whether the stick was bent or whether the refraction was making it appear bent. You will know, but you need all of those points of view to draw the conclusion, and that's how it works in stories too. Okay. All right, having done that, we're now going to go to another video clip. Okay. They get more and more frequent as we go on because people get more and more wore down, you know. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit now about heroes, the concept of a hero. And the first thing we're going to do is show a video clip of people that we often call heroes. We'll go for another half hour and then we're going to take a break. Looks like everyone has something there too. He said, "Okay, folks, I got to remember a great line." Yeah. Okay, folks. Good luck.
Well, sir, you were a cowardly son of a bitch. You just shot an unarmed man.
He should arm himself. He's going to decorate his saloon with my friend.
Talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here.
Taxi! Taxi!
Taxi! All the gin joints and all the towns in all the world. She walks into mine. I'll give you a winter prediction. It's going to be cold. It's going to be gray. And it's going to last you the rest of your life.
Raymond, am I using you, Raymond?
Yeah.
Shut up! He is answering a question from a half hour ago.
Suppose it's been better if I'd never been born at all.
Why don't you look at yourself and write down what you say?
Shit, man. I'm a natural-born killer.
Okay. So what do all those people have in common structurally? Darn if I know. Actually, that's the point. The point is that we take the term hero and we use it namby-pamby around the industry, you know. As a matter of fact, we use a lot of terms. We'll say, well, who's your hero? Oh, well, my main character is Joe. Oh, well, what's your central character do? Well, you know, and you go on like this, back and forth using all these terms interchangeably. Well, they're actually all good terms, but none of them really has any specific meaning because they're all used interchangeably. And they all basically mean the character that seems most important in the story. Okay, and that's the best you can do. Structurally, that doesn't really help a lot. Okay, write me the character who's going to be the most important in your story. You know, it doesn't really tell you what to do. It just lets you know what you will have accomplished if you did it right. Well, it turns out heroes and villains have a specific shopping list of items that they need to have in them. There's particular traits that make a structural hero as opposed to... Now, we talk about heroes all the time. Firefighters, they're heroes. Okay, the people in the 911 towers, okay, Twin Towers, they were heroes. Okay, what's the difference between the two? Well, the people in the towers were sitting there at their desk when the plane hit them and they're heroes. Okay? Tragedy, yes. Terrible thing, yes. Heroes, I'm really not so sure. The people who went up into the towers to rescue as many as they could, the ones who were up there who were injured and helped others come down and didn't go down as fast as they could, those were heroes, okay? They acted heroically. But there's a difference between acting heroically and being a structural story hero. There are certain structural requirements to be a hero as opposed to just acting heroically. You can have people acting heroically who are not heroes at all in the structural sense. And you can have people who are the main character of a story who's not very heroic, like as you've seen some of them here, you know. So the terms, until we get a common language, something that we can agree on as a common vocabulary here, it's hard to talk about structure. Well, we're going to disembowel our hero. We're going to take him apart and vivisect him and put him up on the board and find the pieces that make up a hero. And we're going to do the same thing with the villain. And then we're going to try and see the pieces that don't necessarily have to go together that way. Because the hero is a very specific collection of elements, and in fact, you can take those dramatic elements and mix them and match them with other characters, some between the hero and the villain, and sometimes even with other characters who are almost incidental to the story, can get some of these traits instead. And when you do, you end up with much more interesting combinations. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a hero. A hero is just the stereotypical way of doing it, and it's functional. That's why it's been done so often. But if you take those individual elements, recognize them for what they are, then you can selectively use them where they might be better for the kind of story you want to tell.